cow. That's one other yoga item you might want to grab for yourself. Okay, and we'll get started by lying down. So I want you to come into a comfortable reclined position. And we'll start with a pose called constructive resting pose. You'll start by bending your knees, placing your feet on the floor, and then you're going to walk your feet apart so that they're a little wider than your hips, and then let your knees come into touch. And the idea with constructive resting pose is to position the legs in a way where your hips can relax and the leg muscles can relax enough to where you don't feel like you're holding up the weight of your legs. This also helps to release the lower back and the mid back. And we'll start with a little mindfulness. So I want you to notice the places where your body is touching the ground. Notice the way that your clothes are feeling on your body. Notice the way that the air feels as it touches your face. Now bring your attention to your breathing. Notice the breath as it moves into the body and as it moves out of the body. Feel the temperature of the air as it moves in and out through your nose. Notice the way it feels a little cooler as you breathe in. It might feel kind of cool and crisp on the inside of your nostrils. And how the breath feels a tad warmer when you breathe out. And now we're going to start with a little breathing practice to help calm the mind and soothe the body and the nervous system. This breathing practice is called belly breath. And so what I'd like you to do is take one hand or maybe two and place them onto your navel center, the area where you feel the belly rise and fall. And now it's natural when we bring our attention to the breath for the breath to start to deepen. And so as you inhale, I want you to feel your belly rise. And as you exhale, feel the belly fall. And as you inhale, send the breath down into the belly, feeling an expansion, maybe something like a small balloon inflating. And as you exhale, feel the belly release, almost like there's a cinching in of the abdominals lightly around your waist. Starting to gradually elongate the length of the inhale and exhale, while keeping a nice moderate pace to your breathing. And I want you to just continue to breathe in this way, sending the breath down into the belly center, feeling that slight expansion like a small balloon, belly rise. Exhaling and releasing all the air out, feeling the belly fall. Breathing in, expanding the belly. Breathing out, deflating the belly. As you continue to breathe in this way, know that this type of breathing helps to soften our edges. If we are feeling overwhelmed, panicky, confused, this type of breathing practice, belly breath, really helps us to recenter. It sends like a little love note to the nervous system that everything is okay. And right here, right now, it's okay. And now you can gently let go of the breathing practice. Allow yourself to breathe naturally and easily again in an involuntary way, letting go of the need to control the breath. And then on your next breath in, I want you to take your arms above your head, straighten the legs out onto the floor, and just enjoy a nice big body stretch. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Scan the body for any areas that may need your attention this evening. And feel free to roll your wrists and wiggle your fingers, point your toes, and flex your feet. We're going to be moving into a nice evening practice now with some slow and stretchy poses, just to ease the body and mind into a state of calm, restful, blissful relaxation. So go ahead and release your arms down now, bend your knees, and hug your knees in towards your body. Gently rock a little side to side. Just giving the lower back a nice massage here against the earth. And then bring your knees back to center and hold on to each knee separately. Start to circle the knees away from each other and then back towards one another again. Continue to let your breathing be natural and gentle. Let it be as nurturing as it wants to be. And go ahead and reverse your circles, taking the circling in the opposite direction. And then bring the knees back to center. Now from here, we're going to set the feet down onto the floor. And you're going to take your right arm up alongside your ear. And then I want you to roll to your right side. The right arm becomes like a little pillow for your head. You might pause for peace here. And then when you're ready to, gently press yourself up to a comfortable seated position with the legs crossed. Take a moment to just rock side to side, finding a nice equal distribution of weight between the right and the left side of your hips. And when you find that, lengthen up through your spine. Allow your shoulders to move back and down, the crown of the head to lengthen up towards the ceiling. And now I'd like you to let your hands rest comfortably in your lap or on your knees. And then bring your attention to the tip of your nose. You're going to be drawing some nice big circles in the air with the tip of the nose to start to open up the neck. So start to drop the chin down towards the chest and then circle out to the side and then out, reaching up through the tip of the nose and the chin, opening up the front of the throat, and then circle back around to the other side and then down. As you draw these nice big circles in the air with your nose, I want you to notice how your neck and shoulders are feeling this evening. What about the back of your neck and where the bottom of the skull connects to the top of the neck? Notice the place where the base of the neck meets the top of the shoulders. And just observe, is there any part of your body here that feels a little tender or a little sore or a little tight? Feel free to reverse your circles now, going in the opposite direction. And I just want you to allow for a bit of acceptance of how you're feeling in this moment. Accepting this moment as it is. Continue to let your breathing be natural and gentle. No need to control the breath right now. Just putting all your attention into sensation in the body, and what you're experiencing in your body right now. Go ahead and complete the circle that you're on, and bring your head back to center. And we're now going to loop our shoulders. I want you to roll your shoulders forward and then up and then back and down. Looping forward, up, back, and down. And as you do this movement now, notice what you feel in your upper back. Notice what you feel in your chest, what you feel in the shoulders themselves. Allowing these movements to be as fluid and gentle as they want to be, as they can be. Okay. And then we're going to reverse. So go ahead and circle now in the opposite direction. And again, notice what you feel. We're going to take one or two more in this direction. And then we'll go ahead and we'll release the shoulders, relax them down. And now I want you to take a nice deep breath in. And open up the mouth and sigh it out. Ah. If you'd like, you can add a little audio. Sometimes a little audio helps to release tension that may be in the heart or in the chest. We're going to do that one more time. Take a nice deep breath in. And sigh it out. Ah. Good. Okay. And now take your right hand, bring it to your right shoulder. And you're going to use the weight of the hand to help depress the shoulder down. And so as that left shoulder, your right hand to your left shoulder. Sorry about that. Yeah. And then from here, you're going to allow your head to release towards your right side. So your ear just kind of releases over towards your right shoulder. And it's just allowing for a nice big stretch through the left side of your neck. So we're going to hold this static stretch now. Just continuing to let your left shoulder be heavy here. The weight of the arm really helps to soften the shoulder down. This is a good one to hold for about 10 seconds or so. Then we're going to lift the head back up and do the other side. So now we're going to bring the left hand to the right shoulder. Use the weight of the arm to relax the shoulder down. And then go ahead and drop your head over towards the left now. Just enjoying a nice stretch through the whole right side of your neck. You're going to hold this one here again for about 10 seconds or so. Just breathing. Noticing the sensations of the breath and sensations in the body. And we'll go ahead and bring the head all the way back to center. We're going to release the hands down to the knees. And go ahead and switch the cross of your legs for the sake of a little variance. And then bring your arms out to the side like a T. Okay, you're going to rotate your palms so that they're facing up. And as you inhale, I want you to lift your arms all the way up above your head, touch your palms. And on the exhale, bring the hands to the heart. Inhale and take the arms out to the side and up. And exhale down. And keep going here. Inhale, arms up. Using the reach of the arms to find more length through your spine. And exhale the hands to the heart. Good. We're going to add a little twist now. Inhale the arms up. And as we exhale, we're going to turn to the right. Gentle twist here. So as you inhale, come back through center. Reach the arms up above your head. And then exhale to the left. Simple twist. Keep the length in your spine as you rotate. Let's do that one more time on each side. Inhale up. And exhale to the right. Inhale up. And exhale to the left. Come on back to center. Reach up, lift up. Maybe you want to take the head back and look up. And then exhale and join your hands together at your heart. Beautiful. Okay, and now from here, we're going to flip over onto our hands and knees and move through a little cat-cow rolling. So as you come to your hands and knees, place your palms underneath your shoulders, your knees underneath your hips. And then on your next inhale, you're going to lift your head and your heart and your tailbone, creating a nice arch in the back of your body. And then on the exhale, you're going to round your spine, drop your head, drop your tailbone, and lift the back of your heart. Inhale again to move into cow pose, settling into the saddle of the back. And then exhaling and moving into cat pose, rounding your spine. And now keep going. Flow through about 3 more rounds of cat-cow movement. And again, just let your attention rest on sensation in the body or the breathing and the way the breath feels as it moves in and out, letting these be like an anchor for you in the present moment. Really pay attention to what you're doing and what you're feeling while you're doing it. Beautiful. Okay, from here, we're going to make our way back to tabletop position and then transition into downward facing dog. Go ahead and curl your toes under. Lift your knees and push into your hands. Take your hips up and back and feel a nice lengthening through the sides of your waist. As the hips move up and back, allow your heels to move down towards the earth. Firm the muscles of your legs as if you're trying to move your leg bones towards the wall that's behind you. Keep stretching through your legs, bringing your heels closer towards the floor if you'd like a little bit more stretch in the calves and the Achilles heels. Make sure you're rooting down through the palms and really lengthening up through the arms as best you can. Take a few more breaths here. This pose is an inversion. Anytime the head is below the heart, we're getting the effects of inversion practice. This really helps the endocrine system. Our endocrine system is quite responsible for the release of neurotransmitters and hormones. It can really help us to get a good night's sleep at the end of the day if we give ourselves a little bit of time upside down. It's refreshing and replenishing for the mind, bringing lots of fresh blood flow to the brain. Go ahead, take another deep breath here. And then as you exhale, you're going to let your knees come down to the earth, and we're going to move into child's pose and just rest for a moment. You can take your arms back alongside your waist if you'd like, and let your shoulders drop towards the earth. Take a few moments to just breathe here and notice the effects of your practice so far. Just take a moment to enjoy how you're feeling. Okay. And now from here, we're going to come back onto our back and we're going to move into a practice of reclined forward folds. So I want you to find your yoga strap and then go ahead and lie down and you can set the strap off to the side for now. Go ahead and bring your right knee in towards your chest. Hold on to the knee. Give your right ankle a little circle around in one direction and then the other. Pay attention to the sole of your foot. Spread your toes and just notice the way the ankle feels. And now from here, we're going to slip the fingers behind the back of the thigh. So you can interlace your fingers right behind the back of the leg. You're going to flex the foot to start, and then we're going to be bending and straightening the knee with the breath. So I want you to start by taking a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, straighten your knee with the foot flexed. As you inhale, bend your knee and point your toes. So you're now pointing your toes as the knee bends. Good. And now exhale and straighten the knee and flex your foot, reaching through the heel. And then inhale, point the toes and bend the knee. Good. Do that one more time. Just noticing the stretch you're getting. Noticing the relaxation. Good. And now go ahead and straighten your knee and flex your foot and reach your foot all the way up towards the sky. And I want you to make this a really active stretch. So as you flex through the foot, reach up through the heel and then move the front of the thigh towards the back of the thigh. So a feeling of kind of pushing into the leg without locking the knee. Now, if you'd like, you can straighten your left leg out onto the floor and make that leg really active too. Flex the foot and really. You can take your left hand and place it on the top of the left thigh, just as a reminder to stay really grounded through the left side of the body. If you'd like a little active challenge even here, you can take your right arm up alongside your ear and reach through the right side. And you might even take the left arm up alongside the ear too and reach through the left arm. And just imagine that you are now standing on your right foot. Try to find as much length through the front of the body as you are through the back of the body. Breathe. Good. Take one. This is reclined hand to big toe pose, but with the arms extended above the head. And then as you exhale, go ahead and bring your arms all the way down. And go ahead and bend your right knee now and hold on to the right knee and just rest for a moment in single knee to chest pose. These leg stretches, these reclined leg stretches are so lovely for releasing stiffness in the lower back and the legs. And forward folds tend to have a nice calming effect on the body. Now, I want you to find your yoga strap. So we're going to come into a pose called hand to big toe pose number 2. It's a nice externally rotated posture of the leg. So go ahead and loop your strap around the right foot. And then straighten the leg up into the air again. Coming back into single leg stretch. You're gonna right to the top of the left thigh. Can you hear me now? Are you able to hear me now? Yes, okay. Sorry about that. It must have been an internet connection thing. Okay. Oh, here you are. I wonder what that's all about. That's never happened before. Okay, can you hear me okay? Okay, sorry about that. All right, so go ahead and place your left hand onto the top of your left thigh. And that just acts as a gentle reminder to stay grounded through the left side of the body. You're going to turn your right toes out towards the outer edge of your mat. Yeah, getting that nice external rotation of the right leg. And then from here, start to drop your right leg out to the side, coming into leg stretch number 2. If you feel like you need a little more support from the right arm or from the strap, you can always walk the right hand up the strap more and straighten out the right arm, if that helps. Finding that nice balance between the right and the left side. Allow your breathing to be gentle, natural. Send your breath down into the hips, down into the inner right thigh. And keep reaching through both heels, keeping the legs nice and strong. This is also a really take another deep breath in. Can you hear me now? And as you exhale, you're going to tone the belly center. Squeeze the belly muscles and then bring the leg all the way back up through center. Good. Go ahead and bend the knees. Release the strap. And come into constructive resting pose again, where the feet are on the earth, a little bit wider than your hips, and then the knees are resting onto one another. Take a moment to observe the way the right leg feels in comparison to the left. And just notice the effects of your practice so far. We're going to go ahead and treat the left side now. So keep the right foot on the floor. And go ahead and hug your left knee in towards your body. And circle the ankle around a few times in one direction and then the other. Notice the sole of the foot and the ankle. Feel your toes spread. Interlace your fingers behind the back of the left leg now, and then flex your foot. Start by taking a breath in, and then as you exhale, you're going to straighten the knee and reach the heel up into the sky. As you inhale, point your toes, and then bend your knee. Exhale and flex the foot and straighten the knee. Inhale and point the foot and then bend the knee. Do that one more time. Just creating a little bit of coordination here. Good. And then flex your foot again. Straighten your knee. Coming back into leg stretch number 1. Now keep reaching through the heel and spread your toes and really firm up the muscles of the left leg. Imagine that you could move the front of your thigh towards the back of the leg. So a real activation of the front of the thigh there. If the right leg isn't already straight and you'd like to do that, go ahead and straighten the right leg out onto the floor and flex that foot too. Go ahead and take your left arm up alongside your ear and then allow the right arm to follow. Coming into this nice, beautiful expression of reclined hand to big toe pose. Keep breathing length through your whole body, feeling a sense of expansion with every inhalation and a sense of groundedness and centeredness with every exhalation. Taking one more breath. And then as you exhale, go ahead and release your arms back down and bend your left knee. Bringing the knee in towards the chest, you're going to locate your yoga strap now. And then loop the strap around the left foot. You're going to hold on to both ends of the strap in your left hand and place your right hand onto your right leg. Now go ahead and turn your left toes out. So you're rotating the whole deep within the hip socket. Take a nice full breath in. And as you exhale, gently start to drop the leg out to the side. As best you can, stay grounded through the right side of the body. Stay conscious of your abdominal engagement, supporting the lower back as we open the leg. Pulling gently on the strap just to add enough resistance so that we're able to hold the leg in the air with ease. Sending the breath down into the hips, down into the inner left thigh. Just enjoying that nice inner stretch, inner leg stretch, inner groin stretch. Taking a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, squeeze the belly muscles and then bring the leg all the way back to center. And go ahead and release the strap. And bend your knees, placing both feet back onto the floor. And come back to constructive resting pose for a moment. Just taking note of the effects of your practice. How does the left side of the body feel now that we've done a little treatment? Now, from here, you're going to straighten both legs out onto the floor. And we're going to come into a nice side body stretch. Now, I'd like you to bring your hands behind your head and interlace your fingers. Allow your elbows to open up out to the side and just imagine that you are lying in the grass underneath a nice big willow tree. Now we're going to start by opening up the right side of the body. So I want you to lift your head and shoulders away from the ground enough so that you can scoot your upper body, just your upper body, towards the left side of your mat. And then set it down. Now you might already start to feel like a curving of the upper body here. Maybe like what the top of a candy cane looks like. You can feel how the left side of the body has shortened in comparison to the right side. Notice how it feels now. If it feels like a nice, comfortable, sustainable position, you might just consider being here and just enjoying the experience as it is. If you'd like to add the lower portion of the body into this, you can walk your feet to the bottom left corner of your mat. It's increasing that curvature that we're creating, that lateral body stretch. If you walk the feet to the left, another fun tip or a little trick you can do to target more of the outer side of the legs is to cross the right ankle over the left ankle. And just keep checking in with the body, making sure that it feels like a sustainable, comfortable place to be, where we're experiencing a nice balance between our efforts and the ease, which can be found in the gentle flow of the breath. This is one of my favorite postures. I usually do this one on the floor too, but on days when I just feel like I don't want to get out of bed, I just want to lay in bed all day, I'll often come to this pose. If I can support myself with pillows, just get as comfy and as cozy as I need to. Take a moment to breathe awareness from the outer right ankle, up the outside of the right leg, over the hip, breathing awareness over the peaks and valleys of the waist and the ribs, all the way up, breathing into the arm, shoulder, the neck. Now, when you're ready to come out of the pose, you're going to shift your body back to center. Shift the legs, shift the upper body, and just come back to neutral. Go ahead and interlace the fingers in the opposite direction, just for the sake of balance. And then as you're ready to, let's move to the other side. You're going to lift your head and your shoulders away from the earth, just enough to shift the upper body to the right side. And then set it down. Walk the feet to the bottom right corner of the mat. And then feel free to cross the left ankle over the right. Check in with this side. It might feel a little different. It's really quite a beautiful thing to be human. We are asymmetrical. No two sides are created equally. Take a moment to honor this side and any differences that it may have. Sometimes it's nice to imagine the body as if it is a topographical landscape. Using your breath like the wind. And watching, observing your breath as it flows up and down the landscape of the left side of your body. Take another deep breath here. And then release and come back to center as you exhale. And go ahead and bend your knees and place both feet down onto the earth. And release your arms so that they're resting by your sides again. We're going to come into a dynamic bridge practice. And so what I'd like you to do is make sure that your feet are about the distance of the hips and that the toes are pointing more or less straight forward towards that bottom edge of your mat. Allow your arms to rest comfortably by your sides and let your shoulder blades be in a natural position here just to begin with. I want you to bring your attention back to the belly center and invite in a little bit of belly breath. On the inhale, feel the belly expand. And as you exhale, feel that gentle cinch, that squeeze of the belly muscles. And then as you inhale, I want you to keep the squeeze and lift your hips away from the ground, coming into bridge pose. Squeeze the buttocks and push into the feet evenly, the balls of the feet and the heels. Good. As you exhale, I want you to lower down with control, but don't ever lose the squeeze of the belly muscles. So as you come down, let the buttocks gently touch the earth and keep the engagement of the abdominals. We're going to do this throughout the whole practice. Okay, as you inhale, you're going to lift your hips again, coming into a little bridge pose. Good. And then as you exhale, lower down, keeping that mindful engagement, strength of your core. You're going to do 3 more of these, 5 total. Nice mindful movements. Bridging, this dynamic bridging practice is really a wonderful practice for strengthening the back. Strengthens the backs of the legs, the glutes, all the muscles of the lower and mid back. And as you can feel, it also strengthens your abdominal muscles. Now, when you get to your 5th bridge, we're going to hold. Make sure that you're pressing down into the mound of the big toe, mound of the pinky toe, and the heel evenly. Allow the knees to track in line with the 2nd toe as best you can. Think knees over ankles. Sometimes it's nice to move into a little bit of a chest and shoulder stretch here. So if you'd like to do that, you're going to roll your shoulder heads underneath your body, bringing your shoulder blades a little closer together, which will create a gentle lift in the heart, a bit more of an opening across your pectoral muscles, your chest muscles. Check in with the neck and the shoulders. Make sure that everything feels okay. Relax your jaw and all the muscles surrounding the eyes. Just breathe. Notice the belly breath here. Does anything feel different when we're in bridge pose? Now, when you're ready to come down, you're going to separate your shoulder blades apart and lower down nice and slow with control. And then once you're down, let go of effort. Let go of all your effort and just relax. Allow the soles of the feet to come together and the knees to open up out to the side into reclined bound angle pose. Take the hands to the inner thighs and then just gently smooth the inner thighs from the groins to the inner knees. Just gently helping the body to relax and release. And now go ahead and slip the hands behind the backs of your thighs and help the knees together. Go ahead and take your left arm up alongside your ear now. And roll to the left side. You might pause for presence. And then gently press yourself back up to a comfortable seated position. We're going to move into some seated postures now. So our first seated posture now is going to be seated bound angle pose. So I want you to take the soles of your feet together again. And allow your knees to open up into the butterfly position. And now you're going to walk the heels towards your groin, any amount that allows for a comfortable stretch in the inner thighs and in the groins. And once you've found that comfortable stretch, then you're going to take your hands behind your hips. And you're going to place your hands on the ground. And if it's okay with the wrists today, turn your palms so that your fingertips are pointed in the same direction as your body. So that your fingers are pointed towards your toes. And now remember that feeling of being in bridge pose. We're going to bring the shoulder blades towards one another and move them in towards the back of the heart. So you get a little bit of an opening across the chest. I want you to tone the belly center, grow tall through your spine, and just take a few breaths here. This is really a wonderful posture for the end of the day. It does tone the abdominals. It also tones the internal organs, the reproductive organs, the kidneys, the bladder. There's a lot of nice increase of blood flow that happens in this posture. It's a really wonderful posture for women of all ages. It's also a great posture for men too. I'm going to take one more breath here. And then we're going to make this a forward fold. Okay, so on your next exhale, you can bring your hands in front of your feet now. And start to walk your hands forward. Keep your elbows straight and reach through your arms like down dog. As you let your body fold over your shins. Let your tailbone move down. And get a sense of groundedness in the lower half of the body. Pay attention to the parts of yourself that are touching the earth. And let that ground you and center you. Feel free to let the chin come towards the chest for a nice release in the back of the neck. And then relax your shoulders gently away from the ears. Good. Take a few moments to breathe here. It's a nice hip stretch. Now I want you to take your time as you slowly lift yourself up to an upright position. And now we are going to make the diamond shape wider. So you're now going to push your feet forward a bit more. Okay? So you come to a nice wider diamond shape. And then we're going to take this into a forward fold again. So you're going to start to walk your hands forward towards your ankles, towards your toes, and fold your body down towards the space between the knees. And I want you to just observe any subtle differences or great differences that you feel here when we change the position of the legs in this way. If you'd like, you can hold on to your feet or your ankles and you can allow your elbows to widen more. Really relax the base of your neck. Relax your jaw, your tongue. Just breathe. Good. And now slowly make your way all the way back up, taking your time. Good. Pause for a moment here. If you need to narrow your diamond shape, you can. If your legs are comfortable here, I just want you to pause in the upright position, just letting the back settle. And then go ahead and cross your legs comfortably back into a seated cross-legged position. And we're going to take a seated twist. It's a neutralizer after forward folds. So I want you to bring your arms out to the side again and rotate your palms so they're facing up. We're going to inhale and take the arms up above the head, enjoying a nice big stretch. And as you exhale, turn to your right. Simple twist. Stay here and breathe. Relaxing the shoulders. Go ahead and inhale all the way back through center. And then exhale to the left. Pausing here for a few cycles of breath. And then we'll come all the way back through center. Big breath in. And exhale the hands to the heart. Perfect. Okay, now we're going to make our way back onto our back for our final resting pose. And so if you happen to have yoga props like a bolster or blanket to support your body, feel free to grab those goodies and come into your favorite resting version of your resting posture, Shavasana. Sometimes it's nice to cover the eyes or to cover the body with a blanket. I want you to stretch your legs out long over the bolster and let your arms relax comfortably by your sides with enough space so that your armpits can breathe. Allow your legs to relax. Let your arms be heavy. Shavasana can be one of the most deeply relaxing and soothing postures in yoga practice. It moves us right into that place of rest and digest mode. It's soothing for the nervous system, relieves fatigue from the day, fatigue from busyness. It can soothe anxiety and really restore balance to our whole body, mind, and spirit. And so I want you to imagine now that you could breathe from your toes all the way up to the crown of the head as you breathe in. Breathe from the crown of the head all the way back down to your toes. Inhaling, breathing from the toes all the way up to the head. And exhaling, sending the breath all the way down to the toes. And then just let your breath be, let your body and your breath be. Relaxing the eyes, the cheeks, relaxing the jaw and the tongue. Relaxing the throat, the sides of the neck. Softening the place where the neck and the shoulders meet. Following that sense of relaxation as it washes down your arms and pools into the palms of the hands. Relaxing the upper back, the mid back, and the lower back. Relaxing the chest and the belly muscles now. Letting the hips be heavy. Relaxing the upper legs, the knees, allowing that sense of relaxation to wash down your legs and out through your toes. Taking time now to just be. Now gently bring your attention into the body. I want you to notice your fingers and toes. Give them a little wiggle. Just bringing some intentional movement back in. Move gently now. Easing back into this moment again. If you like, you can remove the strap from the eyes. Allow the eyes to open. Feel free to take the arms up and stretch. Just take a moment to notice how you feel. And then from here, we're going to hug the knees in towards the chest. Give ourselves a little squeeze. And then gently rock side to side. We'll roll to our favorite side. And gently press ourselves up. Coming to a comfortable seated position once again. Seated cross-legged position with the palms together now in Anjali Mudra. Looks like prayer hands. Anjali Mudra. Anjali means peace. Mudra means hand gesture. This is a hand gesture for peace. And we might take a moment now to express gratitude. Gratitude towards the ancient traditions of yoga and meditation. Gratitude towards the lineage of yoga and meditation and all of the wonderful knowledge that we so freely get to practice today. It brings me a bit of hope and content knowing that whatever the day will bring me tomorrow, I will always have my practice to bring me back to my center. And so I think back to all of those yogis through the centuries. And from one person to the next to keep it going. And so I honor them and I thank them. And so we'll close our practice now with a single Om, honoring ourselves as well for doing the practice. Okay, so I want you to take a nice deep breath in. Namaste. Thank you so much. See if you can unmute.
There.
There
Thank
you are.
So much. It was lovely.
Thank you for being here tonight, Connie. I really appreciated it. Seeing you.
I enjoyed it. Thank you. Okay. Good night.
Good night.